we've got a very special guest in the house. Josh Richardson, NBA player who plays for the Miami Heat. Who would you be in the Arsenal team?
Ben White.
So you got that little nasty streak
Yeah,
to you as well.
I'm probably a better scorer than Ben White. Like, I like to shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
Theo Walcott. This guy is a burner. And I'm like, yo. I was like, bro, Theo Walcott is sitting right behind us. And they're like, who is that? And I'm like, nah, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Worst record in the NBA last season?
Maybe like Portland Trailblazers.
Portland, so that's Tottenham, right?
That was a setup.
Hi, welcome along to another edition, a special edition of the A-List. I'm joined by Cecil, and we've got a very special guest in the house, right? This is Josh Richardson, NBA player who plays for the Miami Heat, right? Listen, great to have you, man. Brilliant.
Man came in the diamonds. You can tell he plays NBA. He comes in jeweled out straight away.
And of course, a massive Arsenal fan, as you can see from his shirt. Listen, welcome along. Welcome to the UK and welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. It's good to be here.
No, it's great to have you, man. Great to have you. I know that you've had a little bit of an injury.
Yeah.
How's that been going? Because was it your shoulder?
Yeah, so I tore my labrum in my shooting shoulder in February. So I'm about
shooting shoulder, the worst possible.
Yeah. So it's been a process, but you know, hopefully I'm like a month, 2 months out from being able to, you know, really get back to playing. So
How long you been out, Josh? Because I know you had surgery, right, as well on it. And
I had surgery first week of March.
Wow.
So what? How many months is that? Like 5, something like that.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah.
Wow. Frustrating times.
Boy, oof. A lot of low points in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in football, a lot of times when players get injured, like obviously for Arsenal, we had Urian Timber, literally second game of the season, just signed for Arsenal and gets that horrendous ACL injury and he's out for the whole season. How frustrating is it? You know, you can maybe shed a light on it. How frustrating is it you there, you're watching your teammates play, and you can't play. You can't even,
You know, it's hard because, especially for him, you know, just getting that move, coming to a team like Arsenal, you know, he was in the lineup, you know, or he at least had a chance to compete, and to get injured so early. And, you know, we didn't lose many games last year, but I'm sure, you know, seeing his guys out there every night competing and not being able to go, and then probably feeling like he could have contributed, you know, to maybe a draw or maybe a loss last year that could have put us over the top is probably pretty difficult for him.
Do you secretly, listen, I'll kind of ask you this.
I'm glad because I know where you're going with this, because I was about to do the same thing.
I know you're going to have to go back to your teammates after that. Do you secretly look at it and think, hey man, the guy who's got in my place, man, is playing good. This is going to be tough to get back. Like, you see, or do you just...
I mean, no, you don't really look at it like that. It's just, you know, in the moment in the season, you want your team to play as good as they can. And for us last season, we had 3 of our, you know, rotation guys get hurt at a real inconvenient moment in the season. So we were playing well, we were getting hot, getting on a roll, and then I get hurt. Terry Rozier gets hurt the same night, who's our starting point guard. And then Jimmy Butler gets hurt a couple weeks after that. And it's like, now our coaches have to figure out how to, you know, restructure the rotations, the lineup, because basketball, our rotations are like all the time. Like every quarter you're making subs, and, you know, in February the rotation's set. You're 6 months into the season. So for us, you just want the guys to do as well as they can. But, you know, you always kind of feel like you can contribute, you know, when you're on the side. It's like, man, like maybe I could have helped here or there, but at the end of the day, it's all one team.
Josh, just quickly talk to me on like the rehab for it. Is there a lot of time where you're just with one of your coaches rehabbing that arm or that shoulder, or are you getting a bit of time to enjoy a little bit?
You know, it's weird. So when I had surgery, I couldn't move my arm for 6 weeks.
Okay, right.
So I was just at home in a sling, like my mom taking care of me. Just like, but I got blessed. I was in Miami. I was at my house. Had the water view. I was chilling. But like on the other side, it's like man, like I wish I could go to the practice today. Or I wish I could go play, like the things you take for granted. But you know, this summer, like I didn't travel anywhere. Like I usually would have came, to the UK
Yep.
twice by now, but this is my first trip out of Florida, honestly.
Oh, wow.
So just having to stay there every day in rehab besides weekends. Like during the season, you don't know what a weekend is in the NBA because we play 3 to 5 games a week. And
wait, what is that? Is that you play 3 to 5 games a week?
Yeah, like on a hard week is like 5 games maybe, but
Wow,
4 like 3 to 4 usually. But
all competitive, so they're all like league. Like,
yeah. Like you play, travel after the game, play again. 2 days later. Sometimes we have 3 games in 4 nights.
That's really
and so like it all kind of runs together. And so like this summer, like I really got a sense of like 5 days of the week, and I'm like, oh, thank you, it's a weekend. I don't have to go to rehab today, Saturday and Sunday. So that was nice, but yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
you'll be back soon.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. So and looking forward to the new season in the NBA.
Yeah, of course. And I think our roster, being able to come back with what we have, I think that if we can stay healthy, then we can give it a good run.
Good. Now, I need to know, how did you get into supporting Arsenal? Why Arsenal? And how?
Okay, so I was in college, in uni in the States. I was probably like 18 years old, 19 years old, and one of my roommates was a big like FIFA guy. Where I'm from, we didn't play football growing up. We played American football and basketball. So that was
I like the way you said football. You see that? He didn't say
come on, man, give me some of that.
Big up, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And on that as well, and this is how I know as well. You was wearing a jumper. Listen, I've been doing my research yesterday, saying football is my love language. So you really. I know you're a big fan of the sport.
Yeah, you're spying now, man.
Yeah, I'm moving like, I know it sounds mad. I'm moving like one girl's on his Instagram stories. I know. Bro, I just want to make sure I get the full research on someone with interviews. So big up, I saw you went out that did some.
My IG stories are entertaining, though. I will say.
And I can attest that. I agree.
But yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue the story. So he was playing football on FIFA.
He was playing FIFA all the time, and he's trying to like kind of get me into it, and I'm like, I don't really know, like. We don't really do that, but so I started playing. I started just seeing like how to move and like because I'm a big gamer, so like pretty much any game I'll try it. So I'm playing. I pick Arsenal because they're like one of the first teams on there.
Yeah.
And so I get to play and I see this guy, Alexis Sanchez.
Sick.
I'm like, okay, he's small, he's agile. You know what I'm saying? And then I see like Ozil. And I'm like, okay, lefty. Like, I like it. He's silky. And then I see this guy, Theo Walcott. I swear, this guy is a burner. And I'm like, yo. I'm just pushing wide, like, every time. Through ball, Walcott. This guy's, like, dusting everyone. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, this is my guy. So I started playing with them. And like I started watching a little bit in college. I started watching Arsenal a little bit in college because of Walcott, because I was a fan. And once I got drafted, I moved to Miami. Yeah. And it's big like melting pot, very diverse there. Yeah. So my friend group was all, Brazilian kids. And then one of my friends is Russian, and his father was a coach, still is a coach for FC Lokomotiv in Russia. So he forced us to watch every time they played. So I started really like watching a lot of different leagues, watching football every week, talking about football all the time. And, I just started talking about Arsenal. Like like one of my friends are Chelsea fans. So I'm like, okay, like I'm watching Arsenal every week. I'm talking to him about them. I'm, checking the scores, and it just kind of grew from there and kind of never stopped.
Was it a full circle moment then for you in at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philly? Because Theo was there, and I know you were there. So surely that must have been like, rah, I used to play, on FIFA as you, and now you're here. That must be mad.
Yeah. So actually, I'm sitting in the box with my boys, and we're watching the game, and I don't know what made me turn around. I turn around, I'm looking around. And I see him like behind us, like 5 rows behind us. And I turn, I was like, bro, Theo Walcott is sitting right behind us. And they're like, who is that? And I'm like, nah, you don't get it. I'm like in the seat like a little kid. And then I'm like, I'm going to go talk to him.
Oh.
So I got up and I walked up to him and I'm full sweat under my kit, by the way. I'm sweating.
Yeah?
I'm sweating. I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I just want to let you know I don't want to be weird, but I just want to let you know that you're the reason that I started supporting Arsenal. And he was like, wow. He's like, what do you do? Like, we started talking. I told him I play basketball. And he was really cool about it. And he was like, my son actually likes basketball more than football. And I was like, is that it? Do y'all even play basketball over there? And so we got to talking. And so, no, we spoke, you know, pretty much the rest of the game. We walked down to the field and talked. And, you know, he's really cool to just be able to meet him and, yeah, go through that. But, yeah, I was very nervous when I met him. I got back to the seat and I was like, we took a picture.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's a great story. It's a great story. It's funny because, you know, you're talking about Theo, but obviously me doing a bit more deep dive and research, and I saw in 2022 you came to the Emirates. Bro, there's a photo of you, Thierry Henry, Freddie Lundberg. I'm like, what? So to me, the 14 that I go to is Thierry Henry. Obviously, you come in with Theo Walcott, but what was? Is there a story behind when you met him? Or did you understand? Like, to me, I had that same reaction for Thierry that you had for Theo.
Yeah.
What was that like in 2022?
So we came out and watched the game. I actually linked up with Ian Wright.
Wow.
A couple of times. So we went to get lunch and kind of spoke, and he kind of hooked up tickets for us. Yeah. And love Righty, by the way. Love you, bro.
Yeah,
big
up Righty, man.
Great guy. So we're down the tunnel after the game, and I see Thierry walking out, and I'm like, hey, my name is. He's like, Josh Richardson. I was like,
what?
Excuse me? He's like, yeah, I know who you are, but he's French. And he likes basketball, and I played for the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs, Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, Popovich. He knows Pop, so he kind of like, you know, he's real in tune. So we spoke down there for a minute. Though. Crazy. I was
plus he's always in America when he was working for CBS. Yeah.
And so we, you know, spoke for a little bit, and then so we walked out to the pitch, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, that's Dennis Bergkamp over there.
And
then a woman next to me was like, oh, that's my husband. You want to meet him? And I was like, no way, of course. And so she brings him out, and we all three kind of had a conversation, took a few pictures, and, you know, they're real gracious, you know what I'm saying? They're not like real like stuck up guys.
Yeah.
Nothing like extra, like they're real like regular people, and I appreciate it.
I remember Thierry, the first time I met him, was like the same sort of stuff you're describing with Theo Walcott. That's how I felt. Completely starstruck when I first met Thierry Henry, you know what I mean? Great guy. And Ian Wright. Now me and Ian Wright are good friends now, but I was completely starstruck when I met him as well. But he's got a way of just relaxing you down, and
he does.
He's a great guy, man.
He's easy to like, just to like. He's very likable. You know, he's real vocal, real like. When he walks in a room, it kind of like the lights get a little brighter.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the game the other day? I mean, first game of the season, Arsenal versus Wolves. What did you make of it?
No, it was great. You know, I had a great time. I liked how he looked early. You know, I liked the midfield. I like Partey, Declan, Odegaard in there. I think everything looked smooth. Could have been 2-2. Could have been a little closer, but I'm very glad that Raya, you know, handled what he had to handle. He did. And no, I was into it. I think I was happy Havertz. Me and my boy were talking about betting on who scored the first goal, and we checked the odds. And we're in the car going to the game, and I'm like, I know Havertz is going to score the first goal of the season. I just know
That's what I said. Didn't I say
I just know it. And then he scored, and then we just looked at each other like, why did we not? Because I have 150 pounds. Like, for the whole trip, like, I went to ATM, I got 150 pounds the other day, and I was like, I'm going to put it all on Havertz to score the first goal. And then I was going to do it, and then I was like, nah, that's probably not smart. I shouldn't do that. And I definitely should have done it. But no, I think the squad looked good early.
Yeah. When you look at a game of football, right, like say you're there on a Saturday, can you relate to the tactics in relation to basketball? Is there any similarities? Because people talk a lot about Mikel Arteta, and they talk about how he's very meticulous in every last detail, every last tactic of the game. Can you relate to that, like from the stuff you get from your coaches and all the coaches you worked under in the NBA?
Yeah.
Or is it way different? I mean,
I think there's similarities for sure. You know, from like moving without the ball and the way that, you know, kind of wingers cut in. You know, when we start attacking, You know, basketball's kind of like that. Like you try to, you know, cut in front of the guy's face, get a running start. You know how they kind of, you know, the midfielders kind of like lead them towards that now, and how Arteta changed that. You know, defensive formations, how they, you know, hold the line, how Saliba and Gabby always communicate. It's kind of like the bigs with us when we play different formations of defense. It's just a lot of different things, like giving goals, like pass it, 1-2s, tiki-taka kind of. Like that's how the San Antonio Spurs used to play back when like 2012, 13, if you ever go look at those tapes, like Ginobili, and that's kind of how they became like the world's team. You know what I'm saying? For people in front, like Wemby, when he came here, like he grew up watching them because of Tony Parker and Ginobili and Tim Duncan and all those guys and how they played.
Remember the Twin Towers, man? I remember.
David Robinson, all those guys. So it's a lot of similarities.
What do you think is the most, between the two sports, the most difficult, like pre-season or off-season training? Would you say, I don't know what your off-season training looks like for NBA, but like, I know I've been a player, so I know what it's like pre-season for football. Which one do you think they're similar when it comes to the fitness you have to get to, or completely different? Which one's more difficult, would you, from what you've seen?
What, like when you say that, like what you mean, like what
to train, like I mean the physical training you have to get to your optimum in basketball compared to getting your optimum in football?
It's probably close. Honestly, I feel like in football y'all probably, you know, run a lot more. Like there's no stops. So we have timeouts and we have stuff like that. So it's a little different, but you know, it's definitely not easy. Like if you come back to training camp out of shape, as soon as you step on the court, everyone on the team sees it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't come back ready to go immediately, like everyone knows, and then it's not gonna be good for you. Especially in Miami where I play at, if you come back out of shape.
And there's a lot of distractions in Miami. I don't know how you can come back and be in shape in Miami, right? Because when I've been there, man, there's so many distractions there.
I need to go there. I mean,
so many reasons to be out of shape.
It's kind of a thing though. Like it's kind of a saying that we say, like, it kind of makes sense that Miami's one of the hardest teams to play for because it's one of the best cities to live in the NBA. So you kind of got to give something to take something.
What takes more stamina? Like for me, what takes more stamina, do you think? Is it, because I feel like when I've done small time back in school, bit of basketball, it's exhausting because it's so intense. Yeah. Do you think you need more stamina to be at the top level in football or in basketball, would you say? Just to repose the question.
Maybe basketball, just from, because it's not like an area you're playing. Like, you know, football, a lot of people, like the striker will stay forward, or like midfielders, not like box to box. Now that's crazy. That's crazy.
Somebody like Declan Rice. Like no wonder he had cramp on, and he's not even had a full pre-season. So no wonder he had cramp in that game against Wolves.
Or like a fullback. Like that's real. Like that's real.
Down,
that's real. That's not stopping. But everyone on the court in basketball is just non-stop.
Up and down,
and you're sliding back and forth, and then you're jumping. And then you're like running into people every time down. So if I had to pick, I'd probably say hoops. It's probably a little tough.
Okay, fair. You see your number is 0. Just for me, just for my own, because I was, it confused me a little bit. Why is 0? Is that do you get to pick your numbers? Is that something that you?
It's actually a story. So I feel like I have a story for everything.
That's good. That's what this is about.
We love stories.
Yeah, we like that.
So my rookie year, I got drafted to Miami, and I picked number 14 actually.
Hi.
Wow.
Theo wore 14.
Hey.
But so before I even play a game, before I even get to training camp, I'm there for like 3 weeks with my number. I did my press conference, and that's it with my number.
Okay.
And a guy named Gerald Green he signed with us, but he was like 10-year vet. So he signs, and he wears number 14. So I'm like, I already know what it is. I was gonna give him the number anyway, but he calls me and was like, "Yo, like, you know what I gotta do to get 14, whatever." And I'm like, honestly, like, just let me know. He bought me a Louis Vuitton backpack.
Did I just say that?
He got me a Louis Vuitton backpack for the number. I'm 21, never even seen a Louis Vuitton. So I'm like, hell yeah, let me get that. And so they're like, you can pick another number, and I'm from Oklahoma. And so number 0 kind of looks like an O from Oklahoma. So That's kind of how it came about.
Wow,
Wicked. That's
wow.
I like that.
Great. I like that story, man.
Yeah.
I never see no one in football. You can't wear a zero, could you?
No, not that. No, I know. No, actually, no.
And I could see you'd be getting cussed off if you didn't play well. Every man, zero. Look, he's a zero. He deserves to be wearing that zero because he is a zero. That wouldn't be a wise move over here. How does it compare? You know what? Well, you was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know where you were. Maybe he's probably in some box or something like that, right?
I mean,
but you're in and amongst it, right? And how do the fans compare to the fans at NBA? I've been to a few NBA games. I've
never been, man.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I've been to like
this year.
Madison Square. I've been to like watch the Knicks quite a few times.
Yeah.
I've been to watch the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
Right. So
Right.
how do the fans compare to fans at football from what you've seen?
It's rowdier here. And football fans are way rowdier. But you also got to think, it's like 50,000 more people at these games.
Yeah.
Our games are like closed in an arena. So it's like 17 to like 21, 22,000.
Yeah.
And like here it's like 60,000 to like 70,
60,
80. Yeah. So it's different, but also y'all are a little more y'all cut deep over here, you know. Like, y'all don't care, but I feel
we're going more on a player. That's what I'm saying.
I like the way you angled it. He said, you know, cut deep.
I'm telling you, man, if he's wearing that zero over here, man, you better play well. That'd be a challenging number here. You know what I mean? Because if you're not playing well, they'd be like, he's a zero.
Even the 14.
0 out of 10. That's what they'd be saying and stuff like that.
Even the 4 in Arsenal. Imagine giving up the 14. Imagine going to the Arteta and Edu and be like, listen, I'll get you guys a Louis Vuitton bag. I would do that. I would try to
somebody's gonna be wearing zero for that Louis Vuitton bag.
But yeah, so you say fans are more passionate. I'm getting, they're really more passionate when it comes to watching. I know NBA is probably, I've never been, so I don't know what the
no, but you know what? I remember I went to watch Boston Celtics play New York, and that's like a local. That'd be like a local derby.
Okay, that's a big game.
And I have to say that was a very. I noticed there like the temperature was higher in that game.
And I will say that the Knicks have gotten a lot better the last few years. And when the Knicks have a good team, that's good for basketball, like in general, you know, because the Knicks have fans everywhere.
Yeah,
and
the Knicks would be like.
Yeah, give me some equivalents.
Give me some equivalents. Would they be like Man United?
The Knicks would be like Man United.
No, you know what? Actually, no. I'd just me saying. I think Lakers would be like Man United. Yeah.
What about Bulls?
Knicks might be a bit like Arsenal, right? In that they're a really, really big club, but they ain't really won the title for a long time.
Okay.
Would that be fair?
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
What would be Miami Heat then?
Miami would be like. In the Prem?
Yeah.
Maybe like
Crystal Palace?
Miami a big team, man.
Okay,
we're a big team. They won a couple titles about 10 years ago. They compete. They're always there.
Now, Miami, let me see.
I'm learning.
That's a hard one. Miami might be kind of like Arsenal, just from like they're always right there.
Yeah, they're kind of like Arsenal. I actually agree with that. They're kind of like Arsenal.
They won like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah. And they're always there and thereabouts. Always. They're always talked up. Really,
is it?
It's a really very tough game. Tough team to play against.
In a glamour city. Yes. I think Miami, I think that's a good comparison to Arsenal.
It's tough.
So about like Chicago Bulls and Lakers, who are they in the Premier? Just so I can just get a kind of an idea.
The Lakers are like the big,
Lakers are Man
like United.
Okay. And then Chicago Bulls, the
Bulls right now would probably be like.
I think the Bulls.
Maybe like Chelsea, just from like big club. They've been kind of making moves the last few years, but like hasn't really worked out amazingly.
Okay.
But I mean, they're always there. Like they always have a bunch of fans. Yeah. The Bulls arena is always going to be sold out every game. You know what I'm saying? Chicago supports them a lot, and I feel like Chelsea always has that support.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the worst team in the NBA. Right? Who's the worst team? We finished the worst.
The worst record, maybe like
worst record in the NBA last season.
Maybe like Portland Trailblazers.
Portland. So that's Tottenham, right?
That was a setup.
That was a setup.
Well, don't worry,
That was a
don't
layup.
worry. I said it, right?
That was a
I said it
layup.
because you might have to go and play there, right? So I don't want you. I mean, you might have to. You know what? On the comparison things, all right. I've got
Yeah,
one,
let's do this.
right. So, if Saka was an NBA player, who do you think he'd be? Who's he like? Who does he put you in mind of?
Like
yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
All right.
Young, like explosive.
Killing it.
Very explosive, very talented.
All right. Martin Odegaard was an NBA player. Who would he be? Technical leadership.
Silky, yeah.
Maybe like Tyrese Halliburton
Okay.
throughout the season. He led the league in assists last year,
Okay, fair.
and I feel like Odegaard would be a guy that would be towards the top of the league in assists
Okay.
every year.
William Saliba.
Oh, he'd be like
Defense.
Defense.
he'd be like Wemby.
Ooh. Okay.
Just like I feel like Wemby's gonna be defensive player of the year the next like 5 years.
yeah.
But I mean, Saliba also used to be a striker though,
Yeah.
he's
I heard
younger.
that back in the day.
and Wemby can score it
Yeah.
with the best of them. So maybe if we gave Saliba a run up front, with the U21s or something, he could go bag a couple.
Okay. What about you? Who would you compare to in the Premier League? Who would you be?
Oh, I like that.
Ooh-wee.
That's a good question.
If I would, like how I play basketball
How you play basketball? Who would you be in the Premier League? Who would you be in the Arsenal team?
in the
who would you be
Arsenal
like?
team, I would probably be like
Clinical.
Ben White.
Ben White.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got that little nasty streak
Yeah,
to you
I
as well.
I kind of play with a chip on my
Love it.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Just you're that guy who gets sort of winds people up, gets stuck into people a bit.
I just do
Consistent
little
as well.
things, yeah, and I kind of bring the same thing every night. I'm a defensive player, but like, I'm probably a better scorer than Ben White. Like I like to shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah. So, because I know in basketball, right, there's a lot of trash talking and that goes on. So Ben White would be the master. So you're into that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind talking a little bit, getting a little extra physicality. Yeah, I'm into that.
Love that.
Who in the Arsenal team would you say would be the best basketball player from what you just looking at them? Would you say, might have some basketball attributes there?
Probably Willow or Havertz.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of those two.
Yeah.
I'd say Havertz as well, but I mean, William Saliba would be.
He just has good feet. To be so tall, he has really good feet. So we could really just like, you go guard the best player, and then we'll score all the points.
I could see Gabriel as well.
But he would just be acting.
No, but I can see him being
He would foul out.
Yeah, that's true. Foul out.
Mashing everyone up.
It's true.
We'd have to reel him back a little bit. Like, hey, he got 4 fouls.
He's
Calm
foul.
down.
He'd foul out. I could see. All right. I could see Jesus being that really skillful guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That, innit?
Got good feet. Technical move, yeah.
He would be like
Feints and that.
he would have like good handles, like make people fall, like
Yeah.
like shifty.
Yeah. There's, you know what? There's so many people that are into football, that are into NBA basketball in this country, and I mean, there's especially amongst very young people, they're really, really into it. It used to be shown so much. They're starting to show it much more again now on TV. At one time, it was the staple, So you must see a lot of fans from the UK coming to games over there.
Oh, we do sometimes, for sure. But I mean, from where I'm at, it's hard to really like see that in the stands. But no, you do like, after games when I come out, I'll speak to people sometimes, and they'll definitely say they're from around, and it's cool to like kind of see the game growing here. Again.
Would you love them to do one of the? They've been doing some of those games where they've been bringing teams from the NBA and playing a regular season game in the UK. Would you love to see that?
I love that. Yeah.
Would you love to play in one of those games here in the UK?
Would love it, but I'm gonna need a couple days between that travel.
That's
a long flight, so
Yeah.
it had to be like day off before, like couple days off after, and then
do a lot of traveling in when you're in the US. I mean, look, you guys are flying. What were you, if you fly from Miami to LA? That's a long
6
flight.
hours.
That's
Yeah.
6 hours. So if you fly from however long was your flight to come here from Miami?
7.5.
There you go.
But that's with tailwind. That's what a nice tailwind.
Yeah, but you're still reaching there in the same sort of time.
There's still time.
You sleep on the way back, innit?
Yeah. You're right. Regularly, it's like 8,
so it's not a big difference. So you could,
Tailwind, you know.
I mean, but when we travel to LA, we stay over there for a minute.
Yeah.
So it's like we go to LA, then we go to like Sacramento, Phoenix, and then kind of make our way back, and then we come back.
Yeah, because hold on, if you fly to Phoenix, that's as long as flying from Miami to here, surely.
Nah, Phoenix is a little closer. Phoenix is probably like 4.5, 5.
What's the furthest flight then?
The furthest is Portland to Miami, and that's like
How long is that?
7.
Jeez,
That's like 7.
that's mad. That's
Seattle must be far as well.
Well, they're in Oklahoma City now.
Oh, they moved.
Yeah.
What do you think? You know what? So those things happen in America where you can move a team from Seattle Seahawks,
Supersonics.
Supersonics,
Yeah.
has moved to
OKC.
Seahawks, the NFL team,
Yeah.
right? Moved to
OKC.
right. And everybody would be cool with that.
No, there must be. There must be back.
I could not imagine like Arsenal moving to Birmingham. I mean, honestly, like the place would be on fire. Nobody would.
It'd be a madness.
That would not be good.
No, it'd be
But
chaos.
also, there's a lot more history here in you guys' squads. You know, Seattle. I don't really know when they got there, but honestly, that move from Seattle to Oklahoma City. I'm from Oklahoma City, so like I was in 8th grade when they moved there. So we were like elated about it.
Yeah.
But like whenever I have a friend, his name is DeJounte Murray. He plays for the Pelicans now, but we played together in San Antonio, and he's from Seattle, and I'd always like kind of like make fun of him or like mess with him about it because he was young when the Supersonics left, and he was like, everybody in Seattle was like pissed about it.
Yeah.
So it's different sides, but you never know, they might get another team.
Just up and leave, man, because even Stan Kroenke owns Arsenal, of course.
Yeah, LA Rams.
The LA Rams moved from St. Louis, isn't it?
That's
And hey, imagine that.
everyone was calm about it.
Imagine here.
Birmingham's crazy. Imagine.
No, but St. Louis is nowhere near LA.
It's not.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you did that over here, I'm telling you, honestly,
Riots.
to even mention
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
would be World War III. Yeah, I mean, we just couldn't happen.
Even just playing games, they're considering playing some games over in the States, like or moving it. Like people are in uproar about that. So moving a whole club just up the road would be a disaster. Moving on, just coming to Arsenal again, Josh. What's your setup to watch Arsenal? So like there's a time difference. Regularly.
You're gonna get him in trouble again now.
Right,
because these are probably times when he should be sleeping.
Nah.
Listen.
The coach has probably said to him, you know what I mean?
Get an early
like how you got your shoulder injury, right? Get your head down, you know what I mean? Make sure you get them sleep patterns right. And
It's the North London derby,
Now
coach.
you're going to expose that he's waking up at early times in the morning to watch games and stuff like that.
I do
But
it
anyway,
too.
Yeah, what is your setup? Because obviously the time difference. Now, are you there?
Yeah.
Watching are you there religiously watching it at home and stuff? Yeah.
What about when you're on the road?
I got my iPad.
Ooh, you die hard, man.
Yeah, I don't mess around.
You're hooked now, man.
I promise you. It's nice to like have something else to follow. That's a different sport that you can root for and like really like kind of put yourself into it and like feel tied to it, but like not be too close to it.
Yeah. But no, you
makes
seem
sense.
like you are falling for a long time now. I went through your page, bro. You've been messing
say
with
that.
Arsenal for
Say that.
Yeah.
No, for real, for a
I've seen
minute.
it on
No,
his
it's
page.
for
Yeah,
real.
yes.
So fair play to you, and I respect that you said you follow regardless traveling whatnot, and that's what it's about. That's what it's so mad, the community you have around Arsenal. NBA player follows them through thick and thin. So big you up, man. I saw it all across your page. So
Listen, what it's all great, but we want to see Arsenal win something.
Yeah, we do.
The last 2 seasons, they've come really close. Can they do it this year? Can Arsenal go all the way?
I think we can. I would like a few small additions just for like health and like saving some guys. But I think that last season I thought last season was it, but one underperformance in this league can kill you. So hopefully we can get a little backup for Saka. Hopefully we can grab a little midfielder. You know, I heard the Marino talks. I've been saying I want a striker, but I'm not gonna lie, Havertz is becoming one of my favorite players on the team.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, I can see like the longer he's been here, like the more confidence he gets.
Yeah.
His motor is like 10 times better. Like as last season went on, I see him like crashing into people, getting cars, and I'm watching the game like, yeah, like I'm loving it. Like he's pressed. Like the other day, he was pressing like Jesus, almost like Jesus. It's hard to press. Jesus is probably the best pressing for it. I think. But you know, seeing Havertz at his size, kind of learning and his will, I feel like is really picking up, and his goal contributions are kind of showing that.
He's got an aggressive side to him.
He does.
So you feel that like add a wide player, and we could possibly win. We could do it this year.
Yeah, I think a wide player and a midfielder. We got a left back. We got 2 left backs, honestly, Timber and Calafiori.
Yeah.
Maybe another striker. But, I mean, Jesus can kind of play across the front as backup, so I'm not really mad at that. But, yeah, just small additions. I don't think we need anybody to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, it's tough because obviously it's Manchester City there and there's like a machine, aren't they?
They just got Gundo back, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mad. And I want him as well, man. That is annoying.
It's crazy how they've got him back.
100%. It's now my time, my section. It's activity section. I have a little activity plan. So obviously, NBA player.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a hoop. So we're gonna do some free throws.
Come on.
So we're gonna do 2 each.
Okay.
Rob, we're gonna see how good your shooting skills are. Josh, no pressure. You better win. No pressure, Josh. You got to get both of them in. I'm going to be honest. I might even give you the rest of ours to see what the level is. Robbie,
I'm not worried.
So am I going first?
Yeah, you go because you lead.
Because you're the OG.
Yeah, man. Don Robbie, no pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
You're an absolute disgrace.
All right, go on then. Your turn.
No, do your 2 shots.
I've done my one. You'll go, man. You know what I mean?
You're supposed to be good at this, man. Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, shit.
There you go. Missed.
You're an absolute disgrace.
You know. And then we can let Josh do it, but you go. Come on now. Don't
right.
look, you're moving the mic now.
No pressure.
I don't want to.
Oh,
It's not even that far. Robbie.
Hey, ole.
All right.
My turn.
Let's see what you got.
Come on, man, off the backboard, Josh. You bet to win 2 and 2.
Y'all trying to hustle me?
Yeah, you better. Yo, 2. If you gotta beat us.
Hey! You're too confident with the second one.
There we go. So we can all play in the NBA.
Now we've got to have a playoff. Man.
Playoffs? So no, we
Playoffs.
Come on, play in the
Everyone gets 1 each. Playoffs.
I want to
go.
take that home with me. I can now go home and say, listen, I can play for my
We don't count draws in basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball's win or lose, Chief.
Playoff.
Josh, man.
That's not the
Yeah,
Prem.
I'm gonna tell the girls that I can play in the NBA.
Hey,
I can say, Josh, me and him drew.
Listen,
Right, overtime.
you're 6'2". You can already say that.
Playoffs. You're first this time.
All right, playoffs. Let's get this.
Yeah.
I'm first. Why?
Yeah, because I went first last time. Go on.
You're the remember what Josh?
The OG. That's why I get to give the instructions. So go on.
Ooh, good point. Okay.
Oh, that was a clean shot.
That was nice.
That was nice.
I like that, man.
No pressure.
He's lining it up like Tiger.
Okay, we're doing stuff.
You can't miss this.
You definitely can't miss this. Josh, I'll trash talk you the whole way home.
It's getting hot in here, boy.
All right. We need to move it. We need to move it further.
Move further. Yeah,
Come on, man.
with that, man.
Forget the count. Push it far.
It's 2 near, man. All 3 skilled
Yeah, there we
people
go. There we go.
better.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
better
real
shot.
shot.
Cool.
That's a real shot.
Okay.
And now,
Yeah.
coming to the court.
You should run.
Starting at 6'2".
Yeah, we should run this. Right, yeah.
So who's first this time?
And now it's the playoff shootout. Coming to the court. Up first, the Don Dada, crucial, Robbie Lyle.
Okay.
It's further away this time. Man.
Would you try to rub it? Try to rub his leg. They're gonna do that. That's the thing.
Yes.
You've done that.
Right, go on.
I ain't gonna have to do this.
And now. Has he got anything, people? Has he got anything? We're about to find out. He ain't got it.
You're an absolute disgrace.
Flopped. Right.
Damn. Was that technique? Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
Of course, you're gonna do that. We can call that.
The two NBA players in the building.
Two players.
Yeah, hey, two ballers here, man. The two ballers here. Well, you said he played at school and all that. Yeah, rubbish.
Fair play. You two win. Big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. Right.
Yeah, it's been great having you here today. So you're on your way back now to, and then what's the program when you get back into Miami for, you coming back and playing?
Yeah, I'm back at it 5 days a week, 6 days a week, rehabbing. I'm back on the court shooting and lifting weights and everything now. So it's really just up to, finishing up the little tweaks and starting to do contact and just kind of taking steps, because it's not like straight. It's like good day, my shoulder hurts. Good day, like, because, a couple weeks ago I had a great day and I was feeling good and I was shooting like deep threes, you know what I'm saying? I was making them and the coaches were like, wow, J. Rich, you're shooting so well today. And I woke up the next day and I could barely move my arm. So I'm calling them like, I think we did too much yesterday. It set me back like a week. So, it's just really just feeling it out and making sure everything is smooth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Make sure recovery is serious.
We're wishing you all the best. You know what I mean, and hope that you have a great season. The Miami Heat had a great season, and Arsenal have a great season. You know what I mean? Let's have a double, man. Miami Heat and Arsenal.
Well, I'll see you guys right back after the championship.
Yeah. We be there. But no, listen. Thank you very much for coming in today. You know what I mean? It's been great having you. It's been great to know that you're supporting the Arsenal over there as well. And as I said, wishing you all the best, a speedy recovery, and wishing you all the best for the future over there in Miami. And as I said, let's hope it's a double.
Let's hope. Double. Thank you, Josh, man.
I appreciate you guys. It's been great.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Robbie, NBA player.
I like that.
Trash talking now.